Welcome everyone to this webinar, Distinguishing Fake News Online. My name is Jayapal, the chairman of the Rotary Learning Institute. Rotary Learning Institute started in 2018 and is a division of the foundation of the Rotary Club of Singapore. The foundation started in 1993 and it is a IPC. And we are a member of the National Council of Social Services. Other divisions that the foundation has is the Family Service Center, formed in '97, and we are just starting the Elder Care and Caregiver Center shortly. Rotary Learning Institute is providing two main programs. One is from the National Silver Academy and the NCSS program. And in about 6 to 8 months' time, we will be moving towards an ATO status as well. Now, I would like to introduce our speaker for today, Wheeki. Wheeki is a lecturer at the Polytechnic and the university. Wheeki holds a master's degree in mass communication and journalism from USA. She is a serial entrepreneur herself. She has formed 3 companies and helped develop 3 different areas. She has helped many entrepreneurs develop their business. And she is well equipped to teach social media strategies and how to use the platform. And she is an experienced entrepreneur and a teacher. With this, I would like to invite Ms Goh to give a presentation. Thank you.
Well, first of all, I want to say quickly introductions are often nice and kind. I always like to hear them, even though sometimes it may not be deserving, right? So thank you, Mr. Jayapal, for that introduction. And I want to give a quick shout out to my friends from Australia, my friends from Singapore, my friends and their friends, and my friends' spouses who have been forced into hearing this little talk that I'm giving. But I can assure you, though, that it's not going to be fun nor fantastic. In fact, I'm going to be using quite a number of F words that might make some of you uncomfortable. The first of which is, what is fake news? What are some of the common fake makers and deepfakes? A technology that is not new, but increasingly becoming very popular because it's so convincing. But more important than that, what's keeping me awake at night is not all the F words, but rather the how and the why that we should overcome them. The world, I would say, is dangerous. And I'm sure the National Geographic photographer would attest to that with this nail-biting experience. And you, sitting in the safe and sound confines of your room, can also attest to that. But yet I would also say that the world can be pretty magical. This looks like a page out of a storybook, and I wouldn't mind spending a night here. Amidst the chaos of COVID, I would say the world can be incredible. In fact, the Lancet Medical Report has just recently found that the hybrid of lemon and pomegranate is anti-carcinogenic. But of course, none of those are true. None of those are true. Now, back in the days when I was a broadcast journalist in Chicago, we called them yellow journalism. Nowadays, you can call them junks, you call them pseudo, you can call them hoax, or maybe fakes. But whatever you call them, they fall into 2 categories, and they are disinformation or misinformation. I promise you, I will talk about that in my closing. But why do people do fakes then? Simply because to gain financially, politically, or to damage a person and agency. This president wasn't crazy enough to be reading a book upside down. But what about this president? Is he crazy? The president who says that he uses the mass media better than the internet, better than anyone else. Is he crazy to say this? This is what he says. The media, in this case, the social media, is fake. There's a report that says that nearly 30% of all fake news can be linked back to Facebook. And that's only true for only 8% of real news traffic. Now, because I am trying to avoid you asking me questions later on, so I'm going to ask as many questions as I can here. I get that a lot, actually. One of the questions that arises from this slide is that some of you may now say that, well, it's only 30%. That's 3 out of 10. It's not a big data. I get that a lot. But see, the narrative that should come up from this slide is not the 30%, but rather the rhetoric should be 30% to 8%. That is what we should be looking at. WhatsApp also now has taken Facebook as the perpetrator of bad news. In the same report, 70% of us in Singapore have come across fake news online. And 77 out of 100 of the 70% cannot tell them apart. Some of the fake news that we have been exposed to are halal shops selling pork. Taipusa musicians were ordered to stop playing their instrument. Well, this report was introduced to incite hatred against a community. No, the delivery rider wasn't fined, but instead the police officers were simply trying to assist him. This photo, this collapsed rooftop sent SCDF in search of something that never was. You see, just because a quote is placed next to a report, or a quote or a photo is placed next to a report, that does not now mean that the report is credible, because the report, the photo, the quote can be placed simply to fuel your attention or sort of as a visual proof. And oftentimes it is quite difficult to tell them apart. So let's try some quizzes. You can chat with me. This is really an easy one. So you can chat with me, or you can take a hit in your mind, which is fake. You can chat with me. I don't see any chat coming though, but you can chat with me, or you can take a hit in your mind. But yeah, so because this is easy, I'm just going to scroll through. The one on the right is the fake one, because we can see that the shadow is being cast wrongly. What about this one? This is slightly up a bit. So what about this, which is fake? If you guessed A, you are correct. Because if you looked at the shadow again, this boat was photoshopped, and there was no shadow being cast, no boat shadow being cast on the pond. Now, for this exercise, I do need you to roll with me just a bit, because this is sort of like a small social experiment that I'm trying to do. So please roll with me. I do hope that you can keep your chat coming, and I could want to see some chat. You can chat me privately or to everyone. I know that you're muted, so you're not able to talk with me, but you can chat with me. So which one would be your fake? So I do see some, and many are choosing privately. Many are choosing A as your fake. So this is your fake, so many have chosen this. Now what about this? Now I can almost see you peering into your computer, into your machine, looking at the shadow, right? You're looking at the shadow now. You're looking at the shadow, deciding which one is fake. Okay, so the social experiment that I was trying to do here is two points I was trying to make here. Okay, this one. Now, many of you would have chosen A simply because, unbeknownst to you, I have upped the font size here 2 points. And then I've also given this a volume up. So unconsciously, I've created a bias, and you have chosen this. What about this? In this case, I've made them on equal standing, pun intended, and it makes it harder for you to choose. But you had then agreed with me because you were looking at the shadow. I'm almost sure of that. And because I had made you agree with me that the shadow method is the way to go. See, an academic report recently found that we are a society of agreeer. Why? Because when we agree, we release a dopamine squirt. And who doesn't want to be happy, right? Have a happy hormone in us. And that's why we like to share. We like to like, and we like to retweet. So of course the answer for this is the fake one. Now, I want to quickly take you, if you have seen how easily photo can be Photoshopped. So let's try to do some news generator. I want to show you how easy that we can fake news. I want to click on this first. So I might have to jump away from the share screen. So as I do that, I'm going to stop sharing. And there you have it. Okay, so this is a live demo, and I do want to show it to you very quickly. I'm going to punch this in. Give me a minute, because this is this sort of site. Just do be aware that sometimes silly sleazy news does come up. Just ignore them. Okay, but this is the nature of a. There you have it. Okay, so I'm now going to say that Singapore hit, this is my fake news, and notice that I included a lot of features of fake, one of which is a lot of stun, I call these exclamation marks, so stun marks, and again, lots of capitalization. I'm going to choose this, I want to choose the BBC, and then in this case, I want to choose a migrant worker. Okay, I'm going to search for the graphic here. Okay, now you can see that. So I have a couple of migrant workers, but this one is not. Now you do have to give a few try out for the right migrant workers, but there you have it, that's it. I had pre-armed this, so I want to show you what I did beforehand. Back to my sharing slide, and there you have it. This is what I did before. Singapore COVID hit 100,000. Here, I had purposely chosen a migrant worker with a blank look, like staring with no hope, and also the complexion wasn't the best. Basically, I wanted to nudge at your subconscious of apathy and sympathy. That was the emotion I was trying to create. So I chose this picture purposefully. Okay, I'm gonna just move now down again, and this other slide, this one, is also interesting enough for me to take you through. So again, let's take a walk. All right, I'm gonna have to stop sharing screen again, and let's hop on into this one. Now here, it's going to be a live demo because I want to show you the ticker that comes, the running ticker. So I'm going to punch in Trump, impeach. Again, lots of exclamation mark because that's one of the features. And then I also want to say that Trump I type this, you can see that the running ticker is going on here. This is here that I'm pointing at to be impeached. Okay, and then I'm going to quickly choose a file that I have already chosen. So here I'm going to choose, say, this one, and there you have it. There you have it. It's right there. Again, if I'm not happy with this picture, I can always go and choose another file. There you have it, another picture, right? So, all right. Stop sharing this again. Let's go on to something else. And this is a print version, but I'm also showing you some of the features of a fake news. Okay, there's a grammar error, capitalization missing. These are some of them. You can already see that there are many ways that we could Photoshop a picture. We can also manufacture fake news. But what about fake videos? Fake videos are equally as easy to manufacture. Now, this Reddit uses he uses the moniker deepfakes. Moniker essentially is like your username or the handle in Instagram. Deepfakes is used only for the deep learning that makes these fakes possible. So this Reddit moniker, what he did was he superimposed the face of celebrity onto the body of pornographic actresses. And the world took notice because they were so convincing. So I'm gonna let you be the judge.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things. So, For instance, they could have me say things like, I don't know, Killmonger was right, or Ben Carson is in the sunken place, or how about this, simply, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele. This is a dangerous time. Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet. That's a time when we need to rely.
Okay, I'm going to stop him right there, because he is going to be introducing the real F word, the real offensive F word. Now, this video was created to be provocative and to be offensive. It was created by BuzzFeed to raise awareness that deepfakes can be so absolutely convincing. And how do we get them? Basically, this is technology called the Generative Adversarial Network, or GAN, where you feed as many photos of Obama, in this case, 1,000, 2,000, as many as possible, or as audio, as many as possible, and then you have a Jordan right on my right, and then a deepfake is born. Basically, that's it. I'm going to show you another video here. Now, this was a prank on the
Genesis 1, verse 1.
this was a prank on the former South African president, basically to say that he has bad pronunciation. So take a listen.
The beginning, in the beginning, yeah, listen properly. In the beginning, yeah. In the beginning, in the beginning, in the beginning. Listen properly. 769,820.
Okay, and the other one, yes.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has a lot on her plate. Leading the House of Representatives, quelling factions in her own party, going head-to-head with President Trump. She's a favorite target of Republicans, and also the alt-right. Recent videos circulating online have been manipulated to make the Congresswoman's words sound sluggish and slurred. This video, posted by the Politics Watchdog Facebook page, has more than 28,000 shares and 1.2 million views. It shows Pelosi speaking at the Center for American Progress Ideas Conference on May 22nd. But when compared to the Washington Post's verified feed of the same event, it is clear the Facebook video is playing at 75% of the original speed.
We want to give this president the opportunity to do something historic.
So this video was released right about Thanksgiving time, and when this was released, so it wasn't surprising that at the dinner table of many Americans during Thanksgiving was that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi had a drinking problem.
House Speaker.
Now, with all these fake talks, is not to throw you into panic, nor to send you on edge. It's not that. In fact, I think the alarmist hype is more dangerous than the hype itself. But what we need, really, is to fight fake fiercely and fearlessly, always and in all ways. Why? Because where fakes can often be used as a liar's dividend. Because where anything can be fake, it becomes much easier for the guilty to dismiss the truth as fake, and it can also be a platform for weaponization and fear-mongering. So how then do we fight fakes? Now, I want to digress a a little bit because I want to keep on these slides for a bit. Just last year, we've got 49 words added to the new vocabulary of the e-economy, and many uncommon words have actually become common. And one such word is really crowdsourcing. So crowdsourcing was populated and popularized by BBC. It simply means the part of its word. Crowd means many, and sources means avenue, platform. So what does it mean to you when you try to check your facts? Go to as many sources as possible to get them checked. That's what it simply means. But there's one particular site, again, that I want to point us to, because knowing how to reverse image search, a common, it's not new again, but not many people know that, helps you really identify photos that have been doctored, right? So all right, so let me go on to the, again, I'm gonna have to stop share so that you can walk with me to that slide here. There we go. Now, there is a little icon here, which is the camera icon. So click on it, upload an image that I have already done way before. That would be the little, okay. The result is going to return very soon. And now the grizzly that I had shown earlier, it's been recycled and been used by Asti, the Artifati e-commerce in the United States, and also Pinterest. And if also had search up on the castle, it resides in Italy in the mountain, and the rock that I showed you earlier sits in Thailand. Let me jump back again. Other ways of looking at fakes would of course be the sensationalized headline. Now at 51 years of age, I would so click on this, like 3 tricks to look young, I would do that. But these are sensationalized headlines, and we do want to take a look for it, keep a lookout for them here. Satire jokes are fine, I would say, but okay, but they're not okay when falsehood is being guised in them. Now, I did promise you that I was going to talk about misinformation as well as disinformation. So again, do a quick quiz with me. A or B? Which one do you think is disinformation, and which one do you think is misinformation? Well, this is really an easy giveaway. So B obviously is a disinformation, and A is a misinformation. So I want to do this as part of my closing because I have been guilty of A, and I have been a victim of B. A, well, cannabis does kill cancer cells, but it's only half true. That's why it's misinformation. It's only half truth, and it's only true for mouse and rat, but not in human. But see, how many of us actually read beyond the headline and we just simply retweet and share? Now, I want to bring in a personal example here. Again, that would be my husband. I couldn't share this much earlier, but I could only share this now. My husband caught the virus COVID-19. Well, he does have pre-existing condition because he was flying SARS passenger then. After 68 days of ordeal, that really saw him hooked up with 5 different tubes immediately when he went to ICU. He, of course, recovered. I could talk about it now. Some of you already knew that. I could talk about this now. It happened in March. So when he was in his recovery mode, any news of possible cure or impossible cure that looks remotely possible that arrived in my chat, I forwarded to him. I didn't care, because to me, it answers my need, it answers a call, it answers my fear. I just forwarded it to him. This came into my group chat. It arrived in my group chat. It says that COVID people are dangerous and you shouldn't be eating with them because they haven't quite fully recovered. Now, my daughter is chronically asthmatic. So there was this day that we were on a routine run to pick out her inhaler. Over the counter, I did my due diligence. I told them about my husband. So we filled out her prescription and we left. 2 men, and there was 2 men in this clinic. And then we left, 2 men. They trailed us to our car, shouted at me and my daughter, and said that they did not want my disease and that they wanted to make sure that I get back to my car and that I didn't go anywhere else to infect others. But what these two men do not know is that my husband is not insane. He has caught the disease that is foreign to many of us in a foreign land. Fighting, he almost lost his life. His lungs had collapsed. Fighting alone with no families beside him. I couldn't have caught the disease from him. Neither could my daughter. So this BBC prankster said it the best. I don't really want to cause panic, says the prankster. But if they believe a screenshot on social media, they really need to sort of reevaluate the way they consume information on the internet. So, as I would dare you, before you share, before you retweet, before you like, ask yourself, are you hyperbolic? Are you waving your hands in the air? Are you fear-mongering? Are you simply glossing over the detail? Are you 100% hands on heart sure that this is true? Share with care. Because you are the media. I am the media. We are all the media. And we don't do fakes. Not like what Donald Trump has said. I think right about now, you probably think that I was going to do a close, but I was not going to do that. So those were fake closes, right? So roll with me one more time, because I got this from a recent TED Talk that I really liked because it jolted my memory and it resonated with me. See, Mark Twain was my favorite writer, and even then I misquoted him. This is the quote. It's not what you don't know that gets you in trouble. It's what you know for sure, but ain't so. See, Mark Twain did not say this. Neither did Will Rogers, which many had also misquoted him on this quote. So in closing, and this is the real close, I would challenge you to find out who said that. So keep plugging if it's not true. Keep learning. Keep digging. Because today, as ever, and as one, we got this. We can fight fakes, and we can also fight COVID. Well, I think with that, I'm going to say thank you, and it's been great having you with me and to also include me as part of your afternoon plan. Oh, by the way, right about now, there's going to be some Q&A, but I've already preempted some of my friends not to ask me questions, so I'm hoping there's no questions. I think I've answered some of the questions that's chatting with me on the side, that whether or not you can, whether or not, how can you check the fakes? Yeah, I've actually done that already. Thank you for those questions. Thank you. Okay, I'm done. I think this is about the time where Ms. Marie, the manager of rlis, she will be coming to share with you some of the program that rlis has for you. I'm going to stop sharing right now. Or Ms. Marie?
Yeah, okay. Thank you for taking your time to spend with us to learn this knowledge from and some tips from Ms. Wheeki. Thank you, Wheeki. Okay, these courses are some of the courses we offer for the seniors under the National Civil Academy program. And Wheeki, can you turn to the next slide? Okay, besides the courses for seniors, we also offer courses for the non-profit organizations which are funded by NCSS. So do check out on our website for both range of courses and sign up to attend them. They are very beneficial for you. Thank you, and thank you for your support today. Please look out for the emails for the rest of our free talks and also some courses that we will be sending to you. Thank you so much. With this, we'll end this talk. Thank you.
So thank you everyone for visiting us for this entertaining talk, and we'd like to thank Wheeki and Marie, and we'll see you all next in the next webinar. Thank you and goodbye.